When you talk about changing the world financial system, what you do is you create a market that is 100 times more efficient and 100 times better in many dimensions, and has much more velocity of money, much more liquidity, much more innovation of financial product development, much more attractive investments, these types of things. And you make that system have principles at the core. Power is pushed to the edges. There's no centralized control. You have privacy built in. You own your own identity. You own your own data and these types of things. And that's a feature that can't be changed. So then when that system gets too big, the problem the Western world will have is to be interoperable with it. They then actually have to adopt the same principles. That's how you change America and Europe. You make it less profitable to be America and Europe, and you make it more profitable to be Africa. And you get people who are actually willing to jump on board and leapfrog and so forth. Globalization is forcing change. When Starbucks says, hey, we're only going to buy fair trade coffee or sustainably produced coffee, that is a nice thing in the Western world. That's existential in Ethiopia. If they can't prove those things, they lose market access to Colombia and Indonesia, and people starve to death. So it's not like we'll change the system next year. It's like we have to change the system yesterday. Okay. And that's your invitation to put a blockchain system in. And then once you've done that, you have a property system, an identity system, a payment system, and then you grow with the economy. So you also have to have realistic time horizons. And you also have to understand that Africa is a very relationship-based type of business culture. You don't quite have everything there. But if you're the first mover and you really get that infrastructure there, as they start connecting those dots and those pieces, you rise rapidly with them. And then you grow up and you wake up and you have 500 million customers or 700 million customers. And you're the dominant force in this gargantuan economic power. And then all these Western companies will come in and no one will buy from them. They'll be like, sorry, guys, you had your chance. You ignored us. We're just either going to do it with locally built companies, the Microsoft of Africa, or vendors who were there all along and built those relationships all along. I think the next 3 years, we'll see broad scale adoption, and we'll have 100 million users in the next 3 years across the entire Africa sector, all blockchains, all DeFi, all things. Hard to say what Cardano will take there, but I think we'll get the lion's share of it. But I'd feel very comfortable with about 100 million. Just because Kenya, Nigeria, and Ethiopia are well suited for this, and those three countries alone, 400 million people, and 70% of them are under the age of 30 with strong preferences towards cryptocurrencies.